Surprise, it's another white guy. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody, welcome to the stage, Spencer Loucks.
Thank you. I had no idea I was white. I had to find out from an extremely low energy host. So I've been researching xylophones online a lot lately. I have no interest in them. It's just, I hope when someone uses my computer and they type in X, it's just not all pornography that shows up. Although it'd probably be more weird if it was a bunch of xylophone sites, wouldn't you think? I masturbate, too much. My friend was like, hey, every time you think about masturbating, just do 50 push-ups. And I was like, I can't do 20,000 push-ups a day, idiot. I just broke up with a lady recently. It was kind of weird, but I'm not upset about it, because you ever date somebody and you know how much better they are than you, and you're just waiting for them to figure it out, and then when they do, you're like, you finally got it. You're smart and got a good judge of character. Those are one of the things I like about you. Thanks for having sex with me that couple times. That was pretty great too. Oh man, it's ridiculous. I don't do great with girls. Do better with guys, but the problem is I do not want to have sex with them. But I want to have sex with them, and they say sexuality is fluid. So every day I pull up a picture of Ryan Reynolds and I stare at it. And I'm like, nope, not today. See you tomorrow, Deadpool. But I shouldn't rule it out completely. I mean, who knows if I'd like it or not? I didn't think I'd like sweet potatoes. And then I tried sweet potatoes. Oh my god, you guys, I fucking love sweet potatoes. So maybe if you got a penis, put it in front of me and sprinkle marshmallows on it or something. Maybe give it a go. No, in fact, my grandma was even like, hey, Spencer, you can bring a lady home sometime. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. And she's like, well, you could bring a guy home, too. And I was like, no, Grandma. And I told her the sweet potatoes analogy. She thought it was a little more funny than you guys did, but that's okay. She was like, Spencer, it's okay if you were. She's like, I'm 90 years old. All I can tell you is be happy. It doesn't matter if you date someone who's black or white or a man or a woman. Just as long as you're happy, and just as long as they're not a dirty Jew. I was like, oh, Grandma! This close to a moment. She was born before the Depression, though, so what can you do? Any tolerance you can take from anyone born before the Depression is good. But no, it's gotten really ridiculous. But like I said, I do well with men. I got offered a ride home recently from a guy. And then when we got to my house, he was like, hey, you want me to blow you? And I was like, I thought you were just being a nice guy. I had no idea you wanted to be this nice of a guy. What are you gonna do next? Give me a pizza and Mickey Mantle rookie card or something? Fantastic. But I was like, no, I'm straight. And he was like, so? And I was like, yeah, what? He totally took the sexuality out of it. He was all like, what, you don't like getting blown? And I was like, oh, no, I like getting blown. But that didn't work out. But I also wondered, I was like, is this those televangelists talking about gays tricking straights? I was like, is this what they're talking about? Maybe. But no, I'm glad, gay community has amazing PR. And remember 20 years ago, they weren't doing great. They've come a long way, for having people treat them like human beings like they are. Because I remember when I was little, does anyone remember the game Smear the Queer? That was a real game. And it was outlawed, but for all the wrong reasons. It was hey, don't go smear the queer. Someone's going to break a leg if you smear that queer. But it was oddly liberating, too, for the gay community, because, the point was to be the queer. like more than everyone else. And like if you like get in from recess and you're like, whew, yeah, everyone was trying to tackle me and be the queer, but they couldn't. I was too queer for them. We're this queer, I tell you. So I saw a bumblebee recently for the first time in a while, and I was like, a bee! And then it came toward me, I was like, oh shit, bees! I forgot I'm afraid of them. It's been a while. It didn't sting me, but it kind of roughed me up, you know? Like, it was like, just like went around in my jacket and then flew back out. Like, it was sending a message to us, it was like, hey, tell your friends, bees are fucking back. We're gonna pollinate all your fucking flowers. I used to do a lot of drugs in high school. It sucked because like all the moms would get together and go bowling, but they would like gossip, and they would like get 2/3 of the story right, and there would be something crazy. Like my mom would always be like, hey, I heard you over at your friend Nick's house, and you guys were drinking gin, smoking pot, and jerking off horses. And I'd be like, what? We weren't drinking gin. Before I leave, I'll just, it's funny, when I see bright lights, like, I just found out recently that I'm, like, maybe gonna get glaucoma when I'm older, but I found out, and, like, I was like, isn't it cool when you see bright lights and there's a big rainbow halo around them? And people are like, that doesn't happen. And I was like, oh, what? And they're like, you need to get your eyes checked out. And they're like, yeah, you have a family history of glaucoma. You might be in trouble. And I was like, So I'm kind of upset, but also I'm like, it's all circular rainbows until then. Thank you, I'm very much.